Before getting started, to all of you who checked out my YouTube short revolving around me reviewing 21 Pilots' Breach, I was not expecting that many views in that many hours, so I want to thank every single one for that. So if you want to hear my thoughts on 21 Pilots' Breach, I do recommend checking that out. In a weekend which is seeing a grand finale, an end continuing, and potentially a record-setting anime, The Real Authority is here to review the latest Stephen King adaptation, The Long Walk. It's set in a futuristic world where there's an event that goes on every single year called the Long Walk, in which a group of men basically have to walk continuously until there's one person left, and if someone goes beneath the mileage of like 3 miles, they die. So we follow one of these events in which it centers around Raymond and Peter, played by Cooper Hoffman and David Jostner, as they experience the events firsthand. And I gotta be real with you, I'm not a major Stephen King fan, but when it comes to movie adaptations, yeah, I see them. I saw The Monkey, I saw Life of Chuck. Life of Chuck was disappointing, The Monkey was damn cool. But with The Long Walk, it had a lot of potential. I'm not saying I was entirely excited, but, it had the potential to be something really special, and surprisingly, it was something special. And it's probably my favorite of the three this year so far. Coincidentally, Mark Hamill's in both. So yeah, well, he was entertaining too, but I really do want to focus on the other two actors. But Mark Hamill's having a time of his life. But Cooper Hoffman and David Jostner absolutely steal the show. Jostner in particular, you may remember him from Alien Romulus, and he did great there. I do feel he has a lot more time to shine here. Granted, he's one of the central characters, but I do feel he holds a lot of emotional complexity, but also his character is so tragic. I'm not going to say how because it does revolve around spoilers, but you do feel for the man. You do feel for Raymond as well. The movie centers around him, and you do care for both of them, but I do feel they make a great pairing. There's other characters here, one of them played by Ben Wong, so you wind up caring for more characters than them, but they're the central two. If their dynamic and their characters weren't strong enough, this movie might have fallen flat. But they bring so much charisma to the table, and they bring so much energy and levity to the script that you kind of just appreciate their characters more and absolutely want to see them succeed, even though it's the Long Walk, so one of them has to die. So if they make it to the end, who's going to drop? I mean, I care about them both. I don't want one of them to drop. I don't want any of them to drop, aside from some rude AF people, but they're the two you want to care about. So yeah, definitely riveting there. Francis Lawrence is a director that you basically know for the Hunger Games or some other stuff. I think I remember him being Constantine, like he directed Constantine. Am I right? Yeah, so Constantine, I Am Legend, and the Hunger Games movies. So I wasn't sure what to expect from him, and he does a great job here. He absolutely understands the intensity of the situation, understands how to make a suspenseful environment, which can also be attributed to J.T. Molnar's screenplay, but I feel both the directing and writing portrays this situation the way I think it really needs to be, in a realistic manner, but also one that you do feel like this is a dire situation a lot of the times. Like, the first scene is just a wall of text, and that wall of text basically gives you all the information you need. It basically sets up the whole movie. They did great work at building this environment, but also making us care for a lot of the characters. It's more a suspense movie than a horror movie, but it does succeed at horror pretty well. Also, Joe Williams' cinematography was great. Again, I'm usually one of those guys to just include cinematography in the positives when it's absolutely stellar, so Joe Williams, you did a good job. But I mean, yeah, I definitely felt the tension in a lot of the scenes, especially considering the fact that it's kind of like Squid Game where it's only one person left. Granted, this story has existed longer than Squid Game, so there is that. Also, a comparison you probably wouldn't expect, The Life of Chuck. I do feel it's still good. It did disappoint me a little bit, but I hear a lot of people say in their reviews that it's a celebration of life. Yes, life. But I do feel with The Long Walk, I felt that message stand out a bit more, despite it being a much more heavier movie than the lighthearted Life of Chuck. Like, I did feel that message of life is worth living more here than Life of Chuck. Like, I'm not taking anything away from the Life of Chuck, but that's something I really did notice. I guess I have nothing else to say. The Long Walk really lived up to its potential, and it is the best Stephen King adaptation of the year so far, because I know that It TV show is coming out next month, but we'll see. But in terms of movies, The Long Walk is definitely the best, and one of the biggest surprises, and perhaps one of the best movies of the year. It's an edge-of-your-seat thrill ride, one that absolutely had me invested. So yeah, The Real Authority approves The Long Walk. Let's just forget Conjuring Last Rites came out last week and realize that us horror fans are eating good. in the neighborhood. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and comment your thoughts on the movie. And let me know what you thought of this video. And if you have any requests for me to review any movies, I will try my best to accommodate. All right, peace.